there, friends. It's Mrs. Pickett, and today we're going to talk more about how to measure, but we're going to talk all about magnificent mass. Woo. Okay, so let's just get right down to business. What is mass? What is it? So we're not talking about like mass when you go and worship God and talk to Jesus and sing songs and pray and listen to the gospel. That's not the kind of mass we're talking about today. The kind of mass we are talking about today is the mass that we use to measure. So if you think back to what we learned about volume, we know that volume is the amount of space an object takes up. So when you think about mass, I want you to think about everything that's inside of that shape. So the stuff that's inside. So let me give you an example. Excuse me. Let's say we had a bowling ball. Okay. Think about when you hold a bowling ball is really super heavy. So the matter or the stuff that's inside of it is there's a lot more inside of a bowling ball than there would be in, let's say, a kickball that might be the same shape and the same size. So think about if you were holding a kickball in one hand and a bowling ball in the other, what would probably happen? One hand is gonna feel a lot heavier. So when you think about mass, I want you to think about the matter or the stuff that's inside of the object. So let's say the amount of matter inside the shape. Okay. Sorry, my handwriting is a little messy today. So how do you find the mass? Well, just like with volume, we always have a tool that's going to help us measure. So we talked about yardsticks help us measure length and width. Rulers help us measure length and width. Beakers and graduated cylinders are going to help us with volume. So with mass, we're actually going to use a balance. So a balance looks something like this, so when you see that balance, you're going to notice it's kind of like a seesaw. So you have that piece in the middle that holds your balance itself up, and then you have your two sides here. So it's almost like you would put a box or a bucket on both sides of your balance, and then you would place your object you were trying to measure inside. So for example, these two objects, you'll notice that they're pretty much just in a straight line, or they're parallel to the ground. So we would say that these two objects, these two squares or boxes, would have the same mass, okay? But then if you look at this next example, we've got a monkey and we've got an elephant. And so here's our balance, and you're going to notice our balance is no longer parallel to the floor. So I want you to make a quick inference and determine what animal has got a larger mass. So think about that seesaw. What happens when maybe your dad gets on the seesaw and you're on the other side? What do? You typically go up because you weigh less than your dad, right? So in this situation, who would have more mass, the elephant or the monkey? Hopefully you said monkey has less mass. The elephant's going to have more because the elephant is lower to the ground, okay? However, in this scale, in this balance here, we have an elephant and we have a truck. So what would you say about the elephant and the truck? Hopefully you said the elephant and the truck have the same mass. So it's important to note that just like with measuring in a ruler or measuring with volume, we always have some type of system or units that we use to measure in. For mass, we always measure in grams. And so in this situation, because the elephant and the truck have the same mass, we could say that the grams for each was, I don't know, we could say 25 maybe. So we would write that as 25 G, and that G is going to stand for grams. Okay, thanks guys so much for watching today. Your joke is actually going to be a riddle, so hopefully you can figure out the riddle to this joke. So here we go. In a one-story pink house. In a one-story pink house, there was a pink person, a pink cat, a pink fish, a pink computer, a pink chair, a pink table, a pink telephone, a pink shower. Everything was pink. So what color were the stairs? See you soon.